how's it going? Welcome to High Score. I'm Paz, and today we're taking a look at the single-player DLC for Dead Space 2, Severed. Severed takes place around the same time Isaac comes out of his drug coma at the beginning of Dead Space 2, and it features a new protagonist, Sergeant Gabe Weller. Alright, Gav, now it's Gabe Weller, yeah? It's British, isn't he? Apologies. To give a bit of backstory to Weller, he was actually in a Dead Space game on the Wii titled Dead Space Extraction, where Weller was a security officer stationed on the USG Ishimura when the Necromorph outbreak was unleashed. And it's also where he meets his future wife and soon mother-to-be, Lexine Weller, who is also in this DLC. I know what you're thinking, why aren't you covering Extraction? I don't have access to a Wii, alright? But it's on PlayStation. Shut up! I'm giving you a bit of backstory because Gabe mentions that the outbreak is happening again, and it gets a little confusing when you're hearing some of the dialogue. I had to play Severed on the Xbox 360 version of Dead Space 2 because for some reason this DLC isn't available for PC, so sorry for the low resolution and 30 FPS. It's not my fault, unfortunately. Right. Now we've got that out of the way, let's join Gabe on his adventure to rescue his wife and see if they escape with all their limbs. Also, spoiler warning. The DLC begins with a status update of a security mission currently being in progress on the Sprawl. The update mentions the security crew are being attacked by unknown hostiles, but come on, we all know what's killing these guys off one by one, as the screen shows us the rigs of the security crew and they're clearly in some trouble here. Like that one scene from Alien, most of the crew is flatlining fast. Listen to the screams of the poor guards, they're torn apart. Oof. Makes this opening a pretty tense one. 3 of the team actually survive the onslaught in the Sprawl mines, with Weller being the one coming out mostly unscathed. Bartlett and Price are not doing well, and to make matters worse, they've all been split up, with Weller still being stuck in the mines. The scene seamlessly transitions to Weller trying to contact his wife at the hospital, and he's greeted by this lady who's clearly not happy about him interfering.
No, Mr. Weller, she is not available.
He mugs her off by overriding the connection and manages to get hold of Lexine. Gabe calmly tells Lexine to leave for their shuttle. She's definitely starting to freak out over the news Gabe is telling her.
This isn't happening. It can't be happening.
Call fades out to a horrific Necromorph scream in the background.
Oh god.
Yeesh, no thanks. A voice radios in to Gabe, telling him to get the hell out of that cave system. And Gabe tells the Colonel if he doesn't make it out, that he wants him to make sure Lexine gets out alive.
Just take care of her if I don't make it.
En route out of the caves, Weller spots an old enemy from the first Dead Space game. Oh no, not these guys. Mowing down Necromorphs left, right and centre, Gabe finds one of his crew members who was involved in the ambush at the very beginning. It turns out to be Price, and the guy's pretty badly injured.
My leg's caught. They're bad.
Fucking hell, Price, you locked the doors?
Fucking hell, Price, you're on the doors! You plonker, you plum. Gabe makes his way to help the poor guy, but I'm not sure those noises are a good sign. Nope, he's turned. Put him down, Gabe. After holding off hordes of enemies, Gabe makes it to a lift where we get the exact same message from Tiedemann that we did when we played as Isaac.
This is Director Tiedemann to all personnel. I want the key subjects terminated and the facility scrubbed.
Gabe clearly doesn't want to be a part of this mess and tells the Colonel that all he cares about is getting to the hospital and finding Lexine. The lift Gabe is on malfunctions and free falls all the way down the lift shaft, knocking Gabe upside down just like Isaac was on the tram. He manages to free himself, but the door ahead is about to lock, so the man just combat rolls to the door. Nice! Gabe radios into Lexine to see how she's getting on, and the poor gal is in the middle of a station-wide panic attack from everyone on the damn thing. The call gets cut off as she's pushed and shoved all over the place. Gabe makes it to the hangar, but he's met by a gunship, but this one is up and about trying to rip him to shreds. He tries to contact the pilot to get him to stand down, but for some reason, nobody responds. Unfortunately, the only way out of this is to just throw gas canisters at the thing to destroy it, and just as he's about to end it, Gabe sends one last call to the ship, and this time we get an answer. Colonel Bartlett manning the gunship, and he tells Isaac that Lexine is actually a key subject and that she must be terminated. I mean, Tiedemann did give the order, Gabe. Rendering Bartlett's ship immobile, Gabe enters the unmanned gunship and gives Bartlett a mouthful.
The difference between you and me, Vic, is that I got a life, and I will not let you take that away from me. See you at the hospital, Vic.
Fuck yeah, Gabe. Gabe makes it to the hospital and relays the intel to Lexine, getting her to hide somewhere. She gives us her whereabouts, and on we go to save Lexine. Tracking on through familiar territory, Lexine makes contact and mentions people in white suits are knocking around, hunting for something. I smell unitologists. Also, it turns out Gabe is contacting Lexine in an open channel, so Bartlett can actually track her position from the call. But Gabe clearly knows this and just wants to murder Bartlett when he reaches Lexine. Brave play, Gabe. I mean, that's what his response tells me. I could be wrong, and Gabe just could be stupid.
Thanks, Thanks for the heads up, sweet cheeks. I won't do that again. It's not safe to use this channel. Big distracting. Other soldiers.
Well, never mind, you are just a dumb Gabe. Hey look, it's Isaac and Stross. Bartlett gets mad and throws a wheelchair at you.
Fuck you, Weller!
Rude. Double timing it to find Lexine, Gabe unfortunately comes in second. Bartlett has Lexine at gunpoint in his cell. Bartlett is backing himself into a corner for some reason, and two cartoon villains enter the cell, with one using a fucking telekinesis ability on Bartlett, literally blowing his mind.
We have our orders, Mr. Bartlett, and we are following them.
Where the fuck was that ability for Isaac? It's not mentioned or used in any of the future games. It's a real bummer. Anyway, Bartlett is pretty much dead, and the two henchmen grab Lexine and take her away. To be fair, it is a cool bit of the DLC, but I have so many questions. Gabe manages to catch up with Lexine and the henchmen, and they're both in the middle of a necromorph transformation. Lovely to see. Gabe yells at Lexine to run, and she does so, blocking herself in the gunship. Gabe kills the two necros, and the pair have a sweet reunion.
You're still alive. I can't believe you're here. I thought you were dead.
Well, it's as sweet as it can be, to be honest. Lexine preps the ship for takeoff, but the hangar door needs a security override. So Gabe finds the glowy square thingy and starts hacking. Successfully completing his task, Gabe is ambushed by Bartlett holding a grenade. How did you survive? He manages to fight him off, but Gabe doesn't clear the area in time, and ultimately it leads to Gabe getting blown up. Fortunately, Gabe survives. Unfortunately, he's lost a leg and his helmet has a chunk missing out of it. He relays the bad news to Lexine, who is obviously distraught that her husband won't make it.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna make it, honey.
No. That's not possible.
I can blow the baby doors for you from out here. You can get away. You and the baby. I love you, Lex.
Again, some quality performances from our characters here. Gabe, being the badass he is, holds off waves of necromorphs and successfully blows the hinges off the hangar door, allowing Lexine to escape. He says his final goodbyes to his wife and then succumbs to his injuries.
Goodbye, Lex. I love you.
And that's the end of the DLC. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this DLC. It raises a lot of questions and doesn't really answer a whole lot. It's very short, being only 2 chapters, but you do end up caring for the pair, even if you haven't played Extraction. The characters are the best part about it, no doubt, because it doesn't really add anything from Dead Space 2. Most of the environments are the same, and there's no new weapons, which is a little disappointing. And what makes this even more frustrating is that none of these characters are mentioned in Dead Space 3, which is a shame because I would have taken Gabe over Carver any day. Would have made more sense too. You know, if Gabe were to have survived the ending of Severed, is what I mean. But you could probably skip this one if you're thinking of playing it, because we're moving on to Dead Space 3 in the next episode. I hope to see you there. Oh, and let me know what you thought of Severed down below, either from just watching this video or if you've played it yourself. Cheers, all the best for watching, and I'll catch you in a bit.
No.